Yeah, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you yet another episode of Learn JavaScript with Foundry VTT. And in our last episode, we went over ways to remove and add elements to the beginning or the end of an array. Hopefully it made sense to you, and we also talked about multi-dimensional arrays. In this episode, this could be a short one, but you guys should know by now how long-winded I am and how I can take something that should be short and turn it very long. Let's see how it goes. So here we are back in our little code example, and we are going to come down a little bit here. Did I have the console? Nope, I didn't. Well, I have one. Tap that in. So we're now going to talk about, hold on, apparently I can't think and type at the same time. We're going to talk about how to locate things within an array. Now, one important thing in both these examples, and we'll actually show you, we'll actually go through the example, but you can't actually locate something in a multi-dimensional array. Now, what I mean by that is I would need to know which element inside the multi-dimensional array I need to search in, if that makes sense. So more than likely, the way you would do it is you would have it go through an array using a for loop or a for each loop or something like that. And for the outer array, and then it would actually go and search in the inner array for the item you're looking for. Hopefully this will make more sense as we go along here. So basically, we can actually do all of this just with console logs. We don't need to do anything because we're just simply finding items. So let's go ahead and do. All right, let's go ahead and do console.log, and let's search in our array up here. So we have this array in env here, and let's look for short bow, which is element 1 inside, because here's 0, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, and here's 5. So we want to look for basically the short bow and make sure it's in our array. So how we're going to do this is we're going to say, oops, I didn't want quotes, shortbo. We're going to do short bow location. And then all we have to do is say env, and we're going to do something called index of, and I probably should put that in our thing, indexof, just like that. And then our search criteria, what are we looking for? Now, it is important to note, it's going to return the first one found. It's not going to, like if I had 2 short bows, and one was called short bow, regular short bow, and then I had a magic short bow, it's going to return the first one it finds, not both of them. So we, in here, inside the parentheses, we go ahead and put what we're looking for. It is case sensitive, so you definitely need to make sure you do that. So let's go ahead and do shortbow, like so. And I think I wanted to put here that this is find the location of an, trying to think if there's a better way to say this. Find the location of an item in an array. I think that's fine because the location is usually, the element ID or the key if you're looking at more objects or, you know, other things like that. So we have the key, which is the element ID, and then the value, which is the actual thing. So if we run this, we should get back the element ID where it's found, and we just decided that is going to be element ID number 1, right? So not an S. All right, so let's go ahead and run this after we open up this guy. And well, I guess it did run. Oh no, it didn't, because I didn't save it yet. It doesn't save it. There we go. So here we can see short bow location is 1. So it's actually returning the element location of the short bow. If we wanted to find, say, well, we'll do that later. Yeah, we'll keep it that as simple like that. So the short bow would be an element location 1. Therefore, now I know that if I want the short bow, I would do inv dot bracket 1 bracket, and that would return short bow. So let's also look, for example, for something that's not there. So one thing we do not have in our array here, for example, would be a rapier or something. So if we take this guy, Control C and Control V, done, and we look, I'm going to type rapier here, R-A-P-I-E-R, and here we're going to do it also, R-A-P-I-E-R, like so. And now if we run this, you'll see we get back a -1. Now because there's never an element -1 or any negative number, this lets us know that it was not found. So this is telling us that in this array, there is no rapier, right? So let's look for something, and this is what I wanted to point out, is if we go, I hate that it always goes all the way back up to the top. Let's say we want to look for arrows. However, arrows here is inside another array. And this is where it would be difficult. You'd actually have to loop through the array, and anytime it found an array within the array, then it would need to go look there. So first it would look at the outer array, which is these 3 items right here. It would say, nope, I didn't find it there. So then we'd have logic saying, okay, now go look within any arrays within the array. So then it would go here and search this one, and boom, it would find arrows. So I'll let you guys see if you can think of a way that you would do that. With the things we've learned so far, you should be able to come up with something. But let's go ahead and see what happens if we do this. If we say arrow, and I don't know, was it called arrows or arrow? Arrows. Kind of makes sense that it would be called arrows. So here's a quick question for you guys. What do you think it's going to return? If you said -1, you're right. So there we go. It did not find arrows. Now, if I knew that what element ID would that be? So 0, 1. If I knew, somehow I knew that it was in number 2, then I could actually come in here, and I believe I can go to like so, and now it should return 1, I believe, because if we go look at it, there's element 0, there's element 1. So let's go and run that, and sure enough, there you go. We have the location. However, that's not very handy, because if you're wondering if you have arrows in the array, you would have to say, well, I already know where arrows is. So not very handy there. So I'm going to say -1 for false, or for not found, I guess. Not F-O-U-N-D. That'll work. All right, so that is our first one. We have index of, which will return the index of the element that you're looking for by the description. or the value, I guess. The next one is, what did I need to do? INDEXOF, like so. So the next one is called includes, and this will see if the array includes the item you're looking for. It's kind of like less informative than this one. If I don't care what the actual element is, so I can actually access it, I might just want to know if this value is in the array. If it is, tell me so. If not, don't tell me, right? So we're going to take these exact same three, do this. We're going to come down here a little ways and do this, and maybe throw this guy in here as well, like so. So we have a little space, and we're going to change this simply to includes, INCLUDES. Pretty sure it's includes, INCLUDES. Not sure why it's not blue. I would think it would turn blue, INCLUDES. So what this is going to return is, if it finds it, it's going to return the word true. It's a Boolean value. If it doesn't find it, it's going to return false, right? So false equals not found, and true obviously equals found. Like so. So in our case here, we should get a true, false, false. Let's see how it worked. True, false, false. There we go. So that is pretty much those. This is actually a super short episode, unless I can think of anything else I'm missing or that I wanted to actually bring up. Let me just think for a second. We have finding the location. Oh, this isn't finding a location. This is find if item is in the array. I think that's it. This is only going to be like a 12-minute episode, 13 minutes, which is okay. So let's talk just a little bit. So in our next episode, we're going to be talking about objects. Now, arrays actually are objects. I think we did this before. Didn't we do console log and then parenthesis, and we did ty type of, type type of, and then if we did parentheses, I believe inv. Is that how I did it? You'll see that even though it is an array, it is an object, which is important to learn and understand. So we're actually going to talk about objects, and objects are kind of the meat and potatoes, I guess, would be a term of JavaScript. They're everywhere. I mean, when we were doing our stuff here, almost everything we were looking at was objects. So if we go to let's do game dot, I don't have anything selected, TOK. Is there any token? No. Let's do canvas tokens then. CNVAS dot TO tokens. So if we go look at this, we can see we have lots and lots of things in here. So first of all, canvas.tokens is an object, and well, canvas is an object, tokens is an object of canvas. But you can see here we have numeric values. Here we have a Boolean value. Here we have, it looks like an array because it's returning our length, and it actually says array right there. We might have, looking for some other types in here. Here's another object, and you can tell because it's using the little curly brace. So parent is an object there. Transform, another object with a bunch of stuff in it. So we're going to talk about objects and how they're basically kind of arrays on steroids. I mean, they're more than arrays, obviously, because an array is an object. But I'll leave you to get excited about that now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And don't forget to tell other people about my channel. Have them check it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. We grow the channel. Win, 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 win. And that is it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.